So lots of people asking me how to set up a star tracker in the southern hemisphere without using a polar scope for wide angle photography. So this will work well. I use 14mm for shooting Milky Way, and this is good for 3 to 4 minute exposures. Accurate enough. So the first thing you want to do is check your compass on your phone. It'll give you your latitude or long latitude, and we just want to set this to our latitude. So we loosen this off, and mine is 36 degrees 21 seconds, something like that. So it only goes in one, so we'll get it down to a bit under 27. So somewhere around there. Then we lock it up. Next thing you want to set is your left and right adjustment, which are these screws and these knobs. So if we back them both off, we want to get these in the middle, so we've got full adjustment either way. About there. And lock them up. So next thing, you want to get your compass out. Make sure it's set in your settings to true north, not magnetic. And then we just point this in this line to south in the southern hemisphere. So stop that. So once that's done, you've just got to level it. There's a little bubble level there, hard to see. So it's out, so I'll just level the tripod legs until it's in the centre of that. Bit hard to do with one hand. So that bubble's right in the middle now. So at this point, I get the star tracker. Just slide it on, tighten it up. Now if you're in the southern hemisphere, make sure you flick this over to south. Next we get our adapter. Slide this on. Tighten that up. Now I'll settle this up now so that, because we don't want to bump anything once we're aligned. Bowl head. Nice and tight. Now this ring here, you can loosen the clutch and adjust wherever. I normally just set it up nice and square. Don't overly tighten that. Now we get the camera. nice and tight. So now what we do to polar align is open the PS Align Pro app and we'll go from there. There, we use the sun for daytime alignment. Come over here. Now all we're going to do is get that cross in the centre. So loosen our knobs off here. I'm going to go to the right. So just to the right. So that's pointing directly south. Now we just need to drop it a bit for our longitude. We just come around the front, Grace. We just loosen this off and then adjust this back here. Roll that down. Longitude set, tighten that up. And we are close enough. Let's stand back and show everything. So this battery pack that you just butt your phone up against is perfectly square with the polar scope on the tracker. So now we can just use our ball head and just point the camera wherever we want to shoot. And that will track with the sky. If you want to shoot to the north, you can just come all the way back around, shoot any direction, and that'll be fine. So then all we do for tracking stars, turn it on, star, and that is tracking. So now I would go through, do some test shots. I would normally always expose Milky Way on this lens. I'd stop it down to f3.5, which is 2 stops down. That way you get nice sharp corners. And I would expose at ISO 800, 3-minute shot, and then yeah, check your alignment. So then just once you've done that, just go through to your live view after your test shot, make sure exposure's where you want it, and zoom right in on the stars, and you should see no trailing at all. And this is good for 3 to 4 minutes pretty comfortably with pinpoint stars, the way I do it, on a 14mm lens. I have gone up to 105, 1 minute exposures, not a worry. Obviously the further out you go in focal length, the more accurate you need to be. You will find that if you recheck the polar alignment, it'll be off. So that's just an error with the phone compass and all that. A lot of people take the batteries out before you do a polar alignment, as with the app, as that can play with your compass. I've never found a need to do it. If my test shot shows trails at 3 or 4 minutes, I'll just go through the process with Polar Align Pro again, put it back on. I find it will be out because it's never 100% accurate, and then just adjust it again, do another test shot. I've never had to do it more than twice, and it's worked fine. So yeah, not that hard. Once your latitude's set on here, I've travelled 1.5 hours to 2 hours in all directions. I rarely have to touch that. It's just your left to right adjustment as soon as you get out the field. After you've done it a few times, I can pole a line within 5 minutes max. That's setting up, leveling the tripod, get it aligned, fire your first test shot up, and away you go. So hope that helps. Catches.